news anchor, Turtle Run.
Good morning, ladybugs and gentle moths, and welcome to this Moth Planet News broadcast. I'm your news anchor, turtlerun2412, here today to bring you the big scoop. That's right, everyone, we have a stupendous story in store for you today. Throughout the land of Lycosina, many moths have been reporting strange anomalies. In the city, in the forest, and in the caves, there have been many spooky dooky things afoot. Could this be the power of the Void? Stay tuned to find out as we send our top reporter Robin live on the scene to interview the locals, photograph all of the anomalies, and maybe even save the world. We will send it live to Robin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And this is Robin, our fantabulous news moth. As you can see, Robin can fly throughout the world with ease. In addition, they have a camera strapped to their butt that they can use to take pictures of the locals and interview them just like that. However, this is an any percent news story, and as such, we will only be interviewing those who are keen to the big scoop. But Robin's camera can do more than just interviews, for it has a brilliantly bright flash on it. That flash can be used to light up news beacons like the one you'll see right here. When a news beacon is lit, it can open up further paths so that Robin may find more and more parts of the big scoop they need. So keep an eye out for those news beacons throughout Robin's journey. As you can see, Robin is a very fast and frenetic moth with great movement. Almost too great there, as we can see them rebounding back to the previous screen. Robin has 3 forms of flight that they can use: a small flight, a medium flight, and a high flight, all of which are useful in their own various ways. Robin can also downward dash if they need to begin to fall faster. Robin also has a very, very high top speed, which is amazing for speed news like this. But if Robin gets going too fast, don't worry, dear viewer, they will not go splat into a wall, for Robin is very, very bouncy. And you'll see that fact right here as they make their way into the main city. The mayor of the city is going to try and close the gates to prevent the shameful anomaly in the city square from being found out, but Robin can sneak past the gate and find the first anomaly in the city. It is the town well, which did look very spooky dooky for a moment there. Could it be the power of the Void? Perhaps. Stay tuned as Robin makes their way towards the next main area of the story down here, which is the forest. The forest is a dangerous area. While the city was safe, the forest has these red spiky spikes that you can see. If Robin touches them, Robin will immediately die. So Robin must be very careful as they make their way into the ominously named hunting grounds. For in this area, these plants have defied the natural order and will now attempt to eat the moths. So Robin must avoid contact with them at all costs. But Robin does make their way through and continue on their adventure. If Robin does... Oh no, Robin! But Robin is back. What is this? Could this be the power of the Void? Why, yes, dear viewers, yes it is. Robin not long ago had an interview with the Void themselves, and the Void was so impressed with Robin's journalistic integrity that it granted them this amazing respawning power that they may search for news wherever they would like with no fear of danger. How amazing! If you would like to see the full interview with the Void, you can with a one-time subscription to Moth Planet on Steam. Be sure to catch that interview for yourself, but in the meantime, we'll get back to Robin's story as they make their way into an area that may be familiar to any of you who have played The Legend of Zelda. That's right, it's the Lost Woods. And Robin is also familiar with this area, as they were the one to write the Nintendo Power article on the Lost Woods all those years ago. How convenient! With that knowledge, Robin is able to take a secret shortcut down through the flooded forest into our next major area of this story, which is the caves. The caves are an even more dangerous area than the forest before them, with bigger, longer, spiky spikes that Robin must avoid, as well as those glowing mushrooms you may have seen. The glow around those mushrooms is in fact poisonous spores that if Robin breathes them in, Robin will instantly die. So Robin must be very careful around these mushroom cycles, but it's not just the mushrooms. No, dear viewer, for moths that have become infected like that one have their brains overwritten with nothing more than a desire to spread the deadly disease. Robin must avoid all eye contact with infected moths, lest they chase Robin down and infect and kill Robin as well. But Robin is swiftly making their way down, deeper and deeper into the caves, past all of these treacherous traps, in order to get a news beacon and find the anomaly in the caves right down here. Huh? What's this? Robin, did you just avoid the anomaly? Could this be journalistic malpractice? No, dear viewer, don't you worry, for it is not journalistic malpractice. In the caves, there are 2 news beacons that Robin must light up in order to get into the next part of the scoop. So therefore, they will be photographing that anomaly on their second pass through the area after they make their way through the caved-in caverns, an even more dangerous area, if you can believe it, where not only does Robin have to avoid the spiky spikes, the glowing mushrooms, and the infected moths, but also these crumbling rocks, which can easily crush Robin to death. Because as we all know from playing Pokemon, rocks are super effective against bug types like Robin. But with their knowledge and the powers of the Void to respawn them just in case, Robin can make their way through easy as pie, and even perhaps take a secret shortcut. Ta-da! Isn't that amazing? And now, Robin makes their way in deeper and deeper into the caves into our sponsored segment of the run. Thank you to Tetris for sponsoring that segment. And now we get back to Robin, who enters this spooky maze filled with more news beacons, more invisible walls, and more infected jump scare moths. Robin does take a death there, but manages to slip through the second time and lights up this news beacon. With that, they can make their way back to the anomaly that we saw before. Keen-eyed viewers who got a good look at it may have noticed something very strange indeed about that anomaly, in that it was a statue depicting a strange creature with 8 legs. That is very weird, as moths only have 6 legs. What sort of strange creature could this statue be depicting? We'll see in a sec as we get a closer look at it right here. That is 8 legs indeed, very strange, but Robin will have to find out what that means as they head through this dimensional rift into the final area of this story, the Spooky Dookie Mansion. This is a very, very dangerous area indeed, with many tricks and traps to destroy Robin. These cobwebs will slow Robin down when they enter them. There are spiky spikes that pop out of the floor, and these eyeballs which will shoot fire to burn Robin to a crisp. Whoever owns this mansion has quite a lot to hide, clearly, but with Robin on the scoop, the news will always come to light. So Robin makes their way deeper and deeper here into the west wing of the mansion, and right now through one of the most fun rooms in the story, if I can get it right, as Robin will just zoom right on through the bottom. Ta and da! But as Robin continues their journey, they must eventually take the fight to the mansion's defenders with these void eyeballs. For as we can see, if those void eyeballs see Robin, they will shoot lasers at our intrepid reporter. However, Robin's camera flash is brilliantly bright and will defeat the void eyeballs when used close enough. Robin must use the power of their flash to defeat all of the eyeballs blocking the way. And with that, oh no! They must defeat all 3 at once in order to save this room. So we'll try again here. And ta-da! Robin has defeated the first wave of void eyes and made their way up to the big news beacon. With just 2 of these big news beacons, Robin can get the big scoop that they need. But also, Robin does need to photograph all of the anomalies, and they skipped the one in the forest. Gasp! But no, it is not journalistic malpractice once again, as this dimensional rift here takes Robin right above the anomaly. How convenient! Praise the void! So as Robin falls down through these spiky spikes, we can see this anomaly is a giant cocoon. Wowie wow wow, that is so big! Who knows what sort of giant creature could be born from such a giant cocoon? Foreshadowing is a narrative device. But in the meantime, Robin must now make their way backtracking through the mansion, and that means it's a great time for our wonderful marathon host, Wolfenstein. Please take it away with some words.
We have $20 from Bonk, 20 clams for my goat Turtle Run. Unleash the power of the press. $10 from Lily. Sorry, Lily, I'm reading it too far ahead. Good luck, Waffle. Here's $10 towards the Sprite Familiar.
Thank you very much to both of those donators, as well as our host Wolfenstein, for those words. So now Robin finds themselves in the east wing of the mansion, where there are yet more void eyeballs that they must defeat, and an even harder combat arena. Let's see if Robin can pull it off with aplomb. Oh, there we go! Robin has defeated another set of eyeballs and has unlocked the second big news beacon. But before we can get to the big scoop, there is one more thing I would like to tell you about, dear viewer, and that is Robin's camera work. Robin is a professional photographer, you see, and they want to make sure that every shot has the potential to be on the front page of the news. That means that when they press the camera button, they will delay for a small moment while they set up the shot, making sure the angle and lighting are perfect. And that happens before the flash can come out, and that delay can be very deadly when facing down the void eyeballs. But Robin will make it through no problem as they quickly enter the final hallway of this story. Making it past these red eyeballs, they get to a hallway filled with ominous moth ghosts. What will they find at the end? Warning, the following boss fight contains arachnophobia. Viewer discretion is advised. Yes, indeed, for at the very end of this story, Robin finds a giant spider brimming with the powers of the void. Robin wants to interview the creature, but the spider only wishes to kill Robin. Oh dear! Robin must defeat the spider's 8 evil eyeballs, as the spider uses the power of the void to teleport Robin in between 4 different arenas, based on the areas that we've seen so far, being the forest, the caves, and the spooky dooky mansion. Robin must defeat 2 void eyeballs in each one in order to continue on, save their life, and get this story out to you, the public. Here's the caves fight, and Robin has beaten it. Now there are only 2 eyeballs left. If Robin can survive this, they will be able to get the big scoop, but they don't survive, oh dear! But the power of the void is within them as well, and they are determined, as always, to bring the truth to light. Nothing will stop them, no matter how many times it may take. Robin will always persevere, and the news will always reach you, dear viewer. But Robin has defeated the eyeballs, which means time is now! Hooray! And here is the big scoop for you. It turns out this giant spider was the former queen of Lycosina, who has been trying to use the power of the void to resurrect herself and once again take over the world. But Robin has heroically put a stop to those evil schemes, saved the world, and let the void once again be at peace. Everyone give it up for Robin! But that brings us to the end of today's Moth Planet News broadcast. If you would like to see more, please tune in at twitch.tv/turtlerun2412 for more Moth Planet, as well as silly games and Metroidvania speedruns. And if you do like Metroidvanias, be sure to stay tuned to this channel, for coming up next is Monster Sanctuary, followed by Time Spinner, both amazing Metroidvanias as well. But that is the end of this Moth Planet News broadcast. I've been your host, turtlerun2412, and thank you all for watching. This program was brought to you by Midwest Speedfest, VGMCon, Moth Fried Games, Mudkip Warrior, The Leech One, Anne Hinkhouse, Kendra Dexter, and viewers like you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much, Turtle Run. What an amazing run. What an amazing performance. Thank you very much. I'd like to update you all on our bid incentives at the moment. We have 2 options for Time Spinner coming up at 1:45 p.m. We have Choose the Familiar with Sprite in the lead with $60. We have Patricide or Regicide with Patricide in the lead. And our third, our third donation incentive is for Castlevania Order of Ecclesia with a $200 goal for a glitch exhibition. There's only 4